All right, hey y'all, I just wanted to show you real quick. If you remember back at the beginning of our class, I mentioned some of the benefits of knowing Greek, and one of those benefits is being able to kind of tap into ancient sources and ancient commentary. So if you were, say, reading Galatians 3 and you were reading this, you would come to this section of text at verse 21 and you would see, therefore the law is the law contrary of the promises, and then you would get these bracketed words, to theou. Now, brackets generally mean in the NA28, the UBS, that it's questionable, right? So the committee didn't want to come to a decision, and so they are kind of leaving it up to the reader whether they think this is original text or not. Now, the process of that is not super complicated, but it is a whole nother conversation. So we're not going to get into the process of making those determinations, but I wanted to show you how this interjection, this addition actually helps us understand the text. I mean, look, he's giving us, Paul says, these, I don't think this is original. So I would say, is it contrary to the promises, just general? And scribes are adding this in order to help us see, well, which promises? Specifically the promises of God, right? Now, I want to show you this outside of our nice and neat text in some manuscripts. This is where I get to nerd out a little bit. So this is Sinaiticus. Sinaiticus is very important when it comes to our Greek tradition and our Greek text. So here it is right here. So we have kata, tone, ep angelion, that omega nu, and then to theou. There we go, right there. And then me genoita. There's an addition from Sinaiticus, very reliable manuscript. So there's one reading. We have another reading in P46, which is our oldest text for Galatians. And if we look here, we actually have the omission of this text. And let me just make sure I'm pointing this to the right. Yep, right here. Kata, tone, tau, omega, nu, ep angelion, me. So where our to theou would be right here. So you can see it's not there. The scribe has not put it there. So Sinaiticus, he's conveniently specified the promises to theou, the promises of God in P46. He does not, right? So you just get the promises. Now, we have a third reading, and this is the only manuscript that this is placed in, and it's actually to Christu. So right here, you have kata, tone, ep angelion, to Christu, right here. So this scribe, and I think with two different scribal additions, we can pretty much make the assumption that these two different scribes are trying to help us specify which promises they're talking about. These are the promises of God, promises of Christ, which we know are not different. Those are the same promises, but our scribes are trying to help us out. Though our original text, probably preserved in P46, doesn't have it, right? These scribes are trying to show us which promises specifically he's talking about. This is just a small way in which knowing Greek, being able to tap into our ancient sources can help us really understand the text even better. Seeing what what scribes are doing, what scribes are adding or taking out sometimes can be very, very helpful, and you can only do that through knowing Greek. So I just wanted to show you that. This is how I've been spending my weekend. And so I hope that this gets you a little bit more excited. Keep plodding through, working on your midterms, and we'll see you on Monday.